Let's see. Yeah, I won't go ahead. I won't even try to monetize. Praise y'all. Welcome. It's Free Live Friday. That just came to mind because it is Friday. And I really didn't have anything planned, so come in. This is just going to be a kind of casual chat while I listen to some samples on samplet.io. And then also I'd like to talk about a little bit what I'm formulating here, I think, with this little Free Live Friday thing. What I think one of my goals I want to put out there, and I've already been showing that, is that I've been creating these little different live stream series. And I think the angle would be to have like a different one per day. And so I've kind of been doing that a little bit. I've missed a few days here and there, and I haven't really solidified what days for what, but I have been doing like Dream Machines, that series on Mondays, and then what have I been doing? I think on Tuesdays, either I've been doing Raise the Bars or like the gas station. So if I can figure out like something different to do every day, and maybe Fridays can be Free Live Friday, where it's even more casual, you know. Take the time to maybe just like sample, listen to samplet.io, not be concerned about monetizing anything, just chilling out and having a chat. So if you guys like that idea, come on in. What do y'all want to talk about? There's things going on. There's always something going on in the music production community. News, more gear, whatever, you know. So I'll just be listening until you want to pop in and chat. Go for something. Vax, what is good? I don't know. I haven't thought about that thing in a minute. It's been out a while. Yeah, we're talking about like the medium-sized one. I've never used it. I mean, anything that is like a groove box that has sampling capabilities has, will spark my interest at some point. But I don't know. It's kind of a stretch as far as like workflow compared to what I'm used to. But I've been curious, and I have looked at it enough where I think there's a way of changing the mode where you can do like a left to right type of linear sequencing. And then, yeah, I've seen the Mini too. The Mini was most intriguing because I like portable things, and that thing's got a battery. I really like the sampling, the way like you can see the waveform coming in. Some of that's superficial, but it's, to me, like the aesthetics can be inspiring. But yeah, just the lack of wrapping my head around like how you do stuff in there. Like it's just like inputting nodes. I'm not even sure. On that Mini, there's like no way of even triggering samples, correct? So yeah, we need that MPC Mini for sure. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's just talk. We can speculate some more. Roland has some kind of new thing that they teased yesterday. There's like a countdown. So yeah, happy Friday. No Ego, what's good? Polyan, and then there's like the Polyan play. But have you guys been paying attention to this Roland thing? Let's see, I'm gonna go. Maybe I'll pull up samplet.io so we can have that on the screen too. Let me show you guys that. Maybe if there's a different way of. Where's my other screen at? Trying to get my other signal up. I don't know if I can. I don't see the. You guys can hear me, right? Yeah, you guys can hear me. We're already chatting a little bit. Sorry, hold on. This isn't working. Just trying to do something on the back end so I can get my samplet screen up, but I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know. Oh well. Well. Oh, I guess it's up now, huh? Or maybe it's been up and I just didn't see it there. That's maybe not the best place for it. Well, I'm probably just going to be on for like 30, 45 minutes. I'm going to move this. Hold up a sec. I want to switch this on.
This is my official mega mix.
I don't know where to put it. Let's put it up. This is gonna be funny. Boom. Yo, I've got Samplet on the touchscreen. This is a new feature of MPC 4.0. What do you guys think? Pretty dope, right? Right on the touchscreen. We got Samplet.io. Amazing. Got mouse support. See that? I'm not lying. All right. $700. What's $700? The Polygon thing. Hopefully they make a TR8S with 4. I've seen Beastbot Lonza sent me some info that he had seen. There's like a Reddit and someone is saying that it's something called the TR1 and that it's like a drum machine and sampler. Maybe it's like the 808 and 909 combined with a sampler built in. But supposedly there was a leak too from what he showed me, that like it was, you know, kind of like a Kai does, or this happened with the Kai products, let's just say, like on a retailer, and then it was pulled down. But from the looks of it, I think it might have been another Canadian website, just like the MPC Live 3 leak, and it said something like 3,500 Canadian. So whatever it is, probably not something that I would grab. You know, have no idea. But I'm not really into drum machines like that, unless it's a sampler. I swear guitar pedals look so outdated, even the newer ones. I've been interested in trying the head rush, like where it's like a touchscreen, and I believe InMusic makes this too. It's like a pedal with a touchscreen, and then you can do virtual pedals and do like your own little strips, little signal flows through different virtual pedals. That thing looks cool. Polygon is like teenage engineering. Cool products, but not very practical for serious producers. Man, Madden, I don't even know how to pronounce Mad Ace. Okay, Mad Ace NY. That's what I'm gonna say it is, right? That makes most sense. Mad Ace NYC. Facts. Teenage engineer makes some sick products. The only things I've used from them, I did have an OP1 original for a little bit, returned it, and then I had a little teenage engineering, the Pocket Operator 33, the knockout one, the smallest one. Got to get that MPC 4.0. Yeah, heck yeah. Samplet.io right on the screen, baby. Teenage engineering is expensive for a reason. I mean, I think you can do that kind of thing when when you don't have competition. Like I guess it's just unique when people aren't really making. Maybe they're starting to, but OP1 was different compared to everything else. Although it was reminiscent of like those old school little Casio keyboards in shape, but other than that, you know, it's kind of a unique product. Yeah, 4.4 Mark II, definitely a good buy for $250, man. But it's one of those things you gotta stick with it and like push through, because fair warning is the pattern sequencer might frustrate you, especially if you're compared to like something like the MPC or I don't know, anything else. It's not a bad sequencer. It's just maybe a little harder to get used to. But $250 is a good price. Are you getting that like locally somewhere or online? I think regardless, you don't really see them for $250 anywhere. Even if it is online, that's a pretty good buy. So they're like 500 new, and I've seen a lot of them online. But if you're paying taxes, a lot of them online, maybe at the minimum that I've seen them is like $399 for a used one. But then after you pay taxes and shipping, you're close to that new price, so it's almost not worth it to buy a used one. But if you can get it for $250, especially in person, but if you and online, might be all right. Might be. There's that. Yeah. Change the date on this. What Groovebox Teenage Engineering made? You talking about the 133, the EP 133? Definitely have seen that, but haven't tried it. Yeah. I was interested at first, and then there was like the whole fader gate, what they're calling it. People were getting them out the mail, and the faders were broken. That kind of lost my interest. And then I never really got it back. Although it has a cool set of features, like I like to have a little bit more to it, like a waveform, some sort of screen display, and some sort of like project management and file naming from it itself. So I really don't like the idea behind like the Ableton stuff where you have to, like I had the Move for a little bit, just the fact that you have to go over Wi-Fi, no SD card, and to like name stuff you have to do it that way. Like a messy like file management system is a turn off to me when it comes to gear. Yeah, logo pickup in an alley. Oh shit. Okay. Good luck. LI on the B, what's up? How you doing? Feeling good over here. Well, kind of tired, but it's Friday, so I'm thankful. Fridays are a little bit more relaxed, you know. Still got to go into work, but it's a lot more relaxed. I got more time to do my work. At least Push 3 can be standalone. Yeah. But in a way, like if you want to organize your samples or like move samples, you still have to get on a computer. Do you know if Push 3 has like an app though? Because I'm always like, if you have to connect to something, if it was at least like an Android or a mobile device. Yeah, okay, so like the file transfer stuff, you have to, isn't it? I think it's a website. Like you got to go to a link in order to pull up the file management system. If it's the same as the Move, then chilling at work. Thankful that it's Friday too. I love your content, my boy. I appreciate it, man. That's cool. That's cool, man. Yeah, I'll be watching live streams at work too, man. I appreciate the good words, man. Yeah, I think it just runs through live. Oh really? Okay. I wonder if I should sample this and speed it up. That's kind of cool. do something else.
Watching some movie, repeat and repeat.
Oh, this would sound like slow down.
Watching some movie.
What up, B-Jen? Jen Cron, what's up? That's real choppy. Let's see what this tempo actually is. What? I kind of sloppily chopped that. Okay, I'm being lazy. I'm just gonna use this. Most Fear, what's good? SimCity, what's up? B Gemmin, how you feeling, man? What you thinking? Did you look at that Roland thing? Have any guesstimations? I ain't seen any videos popping up from you. I know you've been doing some speculating yourself. And but were you in here yesterday? Or have you seen that little Roland teaser? Any thoughts? Shogito, what's good? MPC gang, that's what's up. Here we are. You wish it was the 800 reissue? Yeah, I mean, that would be cool if they could make that land. I don't think that thing was ever really successful, but I don't know. Maybe that's my perspective, but I don't know how successful that thing actually was. But I remember when those things were being, I remember when they were new. I was around paying attention. I remember seeing like the RZA, he was like co-signing it, I believe. Yeah, and then the 8800, the 8000, the 8800 was the reissue of the 8000 with the color screen. That thing looked amazing at the time. Like that was like MPC level type stuff. Like now, you know, it's like a DAW. But yeah, the TR-1000, that's what I've been hearing. But that's not a thing at all, right? That's just what people are guessing is going to be. But TR-1000 actually hasn't been a thing. My guess is when I heard 1000, it might be something related to 808 and like 909 combined, because apparently there's like an audio clip on that little teaser thing, and it sounds like 808s and 909. I didn't hear it myself. I tried to play it yesterday, but it didn't work. But I was reading about it, and that's what it was saying. But then I also seen that something about a leak on a retail site for like 3,500. I think it might have been Canadian. I don't think it was American. Wasn't $1, but even so, something upwards $3,000. I don't know. Definitely not for just a drum machine. But from some of that speculation, it's a sampler too. On what thing? On the TR-1000? Have you seen something? Because they're really teasing it. It does look like some sort of a drum machine. I saw another picture of like a kind of a silhouette, I believe, of like a woman. You could see her, and then you could see her standing over what looks like a silhouette of a drum machine. It kind of has an angle to it. Yeah, I wouldn't buy a drum machine only. I'm not interested in that. If it can't sample, I'm not really interested. Even if it, like I've seen like those groove boxes where you can load up samples, but you have to use SD or like USB. That doesn't interest me either. So have you seen much else? Drop a link if you've seen something significant. I'll pull it up right now so we can look at it together. Is this a teaser month? It seems to be. Right? So there's been a few, like there's been Tom Verk, there's something from Teenage Engineering, Kai, Roland. Maybe they're just getting ready for like next year, like in January. Let's see. I guess I'll pull it. Where's my mouse at? I think I have it already saved in here. I was trying to look up like FCC file codes for Roland, but it's a little bit different than the in music. Yeah, getting closer to the holidays, of course, people buying stuff. Let's see. Roland. Here, Roland tomorrow returns. So there's like a countdown. I've seen people posting about it on like the 404 group on FB, and people are saying that it's not a count, that's a count up, and that every, I guess, let's say second right here, it takes about 5 seconds. I don't know. So it's at 257, over 1,000. So I would assume that once it gets to 1,000, it's gonna be time for a reveal. Someone was doing the math on what to calculate how long it'll take for it to get to 1,000. They had some kind of formula. I don't really want to, hurt my brain trying to do that. I was good at math like when I was in 9th grade, and apparently I did well, and I had no idea. And then after that, I just started slacking and didn't care. So that's too much. But you could probably calculate it. You got a smart one out there, one of you good at math. So it's at 257. Got to go up to 1,000. But then that's kind of another hint. Someone's saying that tomorrow returns, kind of a hint, TR, and then you have the 1,000 here. And then I guess tomorrow returns sounds like they're bringing something nostalgic back, possibly. Some kind of reissue. So that's where my assumptions kind of go. I don't know a lot of history about drum machines and Roland specific products, other than like the 808 and 909 being super famous. And so that's how I just kind of lazily calculated that maybe it's a mix. But are there any other products by Roland that have the 1,000 in it? That's a question. At first, I was hoping it was like I'd like to see that 555 reissued or MV. I'd be down with those two things. Be jamming if this was the MV 8000 reissue or the 8800. Do you think you would go for it or the new MPC? What do y'all think? Yeah, waiting on the Live 3. For sure. I'm going to get my hands on it. Yeah, I seen that little ESI X synth, man. I was interested in that too, just to have like a portable synth. And that thing is waveforms, but I think it's all synth stuff. Go Live 3. I think Dan Cron, I think you might be getting the Live 3, huh? You go for the MV8000 rather than the Live? Really? I mean, that thing didn't have a step sequencer. What's most important to you? I feel like you've expressed that you want some kind of step sequencer most of all. JV1000, what is that? Walter Prado, what's good though? Thanks for coming in and contributing. Digital Diesel, what's up? Roland is scared to invest in an MV9000 for good reason. The math doesn't add up. They can't make a system that is better than the MPC X for less money that enough people would buy. Yeah, it just seems kind of weird because while those things were like super powerful, like before their time, I think that was the problem. I don't know. I think maybe because it was like the height of computer technology probably around then, and so people we hadn't gotten to that whole nostalgia feeling of wanting to go back to hardware. Not that that's all it is, but I think some of the hardware thing is nostalgia. So some of us who were first getting into music at that age, right when computers were starting to become a big part of music, we were still using hardware devices. So now we're much older and maybe tired of using computers, partially, whatever. I don't know the reason, but to me, from my perspective, those machines didn't do well. Because I remember seeing them, you could buy, and I never did jump on it, you could buy an MV8000 and 8800 for like $400 off eBay. So that's not really a good sign of something that did well in my mind. So I don't know why they would even redo it. But I haven't invested too much research in that whole product anyways. The reason why it was appealing at the time was because it looked like an MPC. but then had a lot of stuff going for it, like extras. I love Roland, but MPC Live 3 is probably where I would be. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying the opposite. But keep in mind that Roland don't really invest like MKII does. Roland does a wide range of products, while MKII does a more specific, I think. I don't think they do as much. I mean, I guess they've done turntables and headphones and speakers, and they've done a little bit of like audio interface type stuff, MIDI controllers, drum pad controllers. I think it's more, I don't know, Roland does about the same. But then of course MKII is like a part of a larger in music that does a bunch of stuff. I don't know how to gauge it. What's the reasoning? Old Roland keyboard workstation JV1000. Yeah, what was it? Tell me more about that one. I haven't. Well, maybe I'll look it up. Let's go on here. Look it up. Roland JV1000. So is that your guess of what it is, Walter? Let's see. On Reverb. Well, no, I don't think it's that, man. That's a big old keyboard, and from the looks of it, it's something more like square. A Digital Diesel, you'd grab the MV over the Live, but that's only because I already have the MKII Force, so my bases are covered. Yeah, cool. How's that? How's the new software running on the Force? Did you upgrade? Bad Lucks, what's up? Roland SH4D was cool. That was a drum machine. Price point kind of high. Also sounds a bit too cold, but Force portability features a nice product. Roland does a wide range, you know. So even if this thing is like $3,500, they still have a product that just came out that's like $200, right, in the P6. So you got options. Push 3 would have my heart if they had the full version of Granulator. How long did you keep that thing? I need to be able to drop my samples in. Yeah, I haven't messed too much with the Granulator. Have you tried the Granulator in the MPC be jamming? Let's see if there's let me see if I can find it. I think there's a Granulator in here. What would it be under? Harmonic? Yeah, there's the Granulator. Yeah, man, have you ever used this thing? I don't know much about granulators. Could sound cool, but I don't have too much of understanding. Let's click on it and see. Yeah, just a guess for sure. In the dark, yeah. It would be a surprise if it was an analog drum machine. It would be a surprise, or would it? Do I have Shigito experience with the compact series? No, not at all. I've seen them and been definitely curious. I like that. You know, they all have like batteries built in. They're super portable, but I've tried a single one. The ones that I've been most interested in trying was like the J6, the chord one, and now the P6. And then probably a little bit interested with that vocal one, but I don't know, probably not. For something so cheap, I don't think it'd be probably sound very good. Yeah, for sure. What do you have, Shugito? Like, what's your kind of workflow, or what machines do you have? I don't like the granular effects in the MPC. It's just an effects. Okay, so granular stuff isn't really just effects. This is like, that's like a different process. I remember seeing that little micro granny thing. It was like a little sampler by I don't know what company it is. You know what I'm talking about? I remember when hardware samplers were so rare for a company to be making them, that thing seemed really interesting to me, although the granular thing never really interested me. It's like an instrument, so like you can put samples in it and play them chromatically. Is that what you're saying? It's an effects. Okay, bad luck. How is the LaunchControl XL? Can you map Q links and tweak multiple rounds at once? Map Q links. Well, I don't really understand. These are the Q links, so you're not mapping. The question is kind of hard to understand. Like, you can map some of the things. You can map different things with the Q links, and some of those same things you could map with this if you wanted. And yeah, you could use all this simultaneously. I mean, you could do a couple things with two hands, but yeah, I mean, I showed people how I was using it yesterday. I did a live stream. Go to my live stream tab, and there's a video there just titled how I'm using the XL, the LaunchControl with the MPC. So like right now I have my sample here, right? I want to take that off. Then I got some drums here, right? Oops. Let me add some drums. So yeah, I got sample here, drums here. And then I did like just EQs and stuff here. But yeah, and then guess it depends on how you want to use it. Like, I got my vocal tracks here, and I got like reverb right here, got compression right here. So it's a little too much. Check. But yeah, it's a good idea if you want to automate a lot of things and just have control, you know, immediate control over a lot of different tracks at one time while you're creating here. So it's a nice little luxury, not a necessity, but it's cool. It can be cool. I haven't really got into the workflow of using it much. I've, just programmed it and haven't finished the programming process of everything that I want to do with it. But yeah, simultaneously for sure. Like, it's probably an analog drum machine. Yeah, maybe so. For the price. K-Bar Beats, what's up? Yeah, I'll be getting the Live 3. I'll be getting it for sure. But you have to like hear me from like a different perspective where like I'm creating content too and have been because blessed to have the opportunity to be able to try things every once in a while without having to put my money down on it, since I am this is the segue. I am linked up with Zounds, an affiliate and part of a partner program. So, you know, when that thing comes out and if it's available and, you know, they're willing to send me one, then I'm definitely going to ask and give it a try. Yeah, we definitely seen the leaked Live 3 on this channel. I've been covering it for a minute. I've got a few. I even just made a playlist of all my live streams where I'm speculating on the Live 3. So, yeah, should be interesting. A lot of dope specs. That's quite a nice little bump in power. So I'm interested to see those things and how they work. Interested to test out a new mic. XLRs in the back. It's pretty nice. USB audio, nice. 8 gigs, 4 times the power that this one has. So I'm hoping and assuming like I'll be testing the stems out for sure. And then I want to see how the plugins perform. You know, just moving between them. That's been one of the like pain points for me, like the workflow of using instrument plugins. It's kind of slow and kills the vibe of the workflow. Looks like the Live 2 in a fever dream. Yeah, I was a little put off at first when I seen how much more, like my initial thought was like that like they're doing too much with that. But, you know, they got a vision that a lot of stuff's to be revealed that we don't know about when it comes to that, why they decided to go that way. And it could be really interesting. You know, if it really adds to the workflow, then it's going to be hard for me to say no and like return it. And I probably want to get one myself. Yeah. But the speculation, some speculation I've seen that's going around, it makes sense, is since way back before we seen this, myself and I think a few others I've heard speculate that, you know, the Force and the MPC are going to be merging together, because the Force in fact was actually on like a version of MPC3 before the MPC was. That's why I think it was funny for a while. The Force users were like, what about us? What about us? We seen all the, like a lot of these major features go to the Force as MPC users way before, like 3 years. It took like 3 years before we saw MPC3. So Force has been on it like for a long time. They think they've been unknowingly beta testers for MPC3, and then we got it, and then there are like some people that are probably not being up on Force or really following MPC and all that, or unaware that that's the situation. But now they're on some form of beta now that is like this, right? And so a lot of it's compatible and seems like it's going to be moving in that direction. And so I seen someone's video who speculated, I hadn't thought about it, that some of the buttons up there are going to be like clip launching. So they're possibly bringing in that whole Force workflow as an option in the MPC. So hopefully they don't change it completely, because then, yeah, I really wouldn't want to. I don't think I'd want just a Force workflow in the MPC. But I am curious about that. So some of the buttons I'm curious about, like it's got new locate buttons down here. So I do my whole songwriting recording in here. And one thing I hate to do is punch in. Now it's possible, you know, there's a way of recording and punching in using this little menu. You got locators and all that. But I kind of dread going in here because I got to look at my playhead where I messed up on a certain word where I want to punch in. Then I got to go in, I got to type it in. And so what I end up doing is just like redoing my whole verse, vocal recording. Sometimes that's not really what you want to do, because you're really feeling the take other than like one little part. So I don't know, I do get lazy. So I am curious to see like what those locate buttons and how that will improve the functionality when it comes to doing stuff in here, for me specifically in my type of situation. I'm gonna wrap it up here in a second. But yeah, just been a casual Friday. Someone just wrote in a. Someone just wrote a comment on my community post where I put like these fake combination of this like SP looking NPC thing. He said, "Oh yeah, these renders were totally worth wasting 80 gallons of water to generate." And I wrote, "I guess I'm ignorant, man. I gotta go educate myself. Cheers." So I don't really know. Like, I mean, I guess I've heard some things about like AI or like Bitcoin and shit being bad for the environment, but I really didn't know it was that deep for someone to say something like that. Anyways, I'm gonna get back into the chat. Let's see. I think I'm gonna make myself a little nice little free live Friday artwork using AI. Hopefully I don't waste too many gallons of water or whatever. It's just way too many buttons. Then cron. So to go, when will it get announced? I don't know, man. I thought it was gonna be Tuesday this week. So, like I said, I'm done. I'm done speculating. I've been wrong too many times. I think I've speculated off of hopes, wishful thinking. You know, I've been speculating since January. I thought they were gonna have a new MPC at this January, and there was nothing. Well, I think that's when they announced the native instrument stuff. Or it might have been after that. So yeah, I'm done with the speculation. It'll come when it comes. Yeah, so hopefully soon. You know, and my speculation wasn't just based off of hope, but it was based off of I think some of my earlier speculations in the year. But you know, the Tuesday thing is like a pattern, and then but seeing like the FCC codes and then like the leaks and stuff, and like there's proof now that it's coming, and then usually, you know, after not long after that, and the little leaks on like the retailers online usually pops up pretty fast, you know, within a few months. Amazon retailer is going to be selling leak the picks on accident, so it's probably coming out in a couple months. Yeah. P Jam says October seems to be the month. I would think they would want to do it before the holidays. Yeah, it makes sense, but I mean, that means it could probably be like November too, just to hit like Black Fridays or something. Kai does some sneaky things, like what? I mean, they've usually been predictable, but maybe they do some stuff every once in a while that's kind of outside the patterns. Alley Star was good. You were at a fireworks championship. I've never even heard of that. Yeah, I tried the tape plugin a little bit. Haven't been back to it for a while though. I think it would be cool to automate some of those things. I might pick it up, but I've just got the demo right now, which is cool. I like the fact that the way they have things here on the MPC where you could demo it for 9 days. That's plenty of time to figure out if you want something, I think. $80 gallons of water for an AI pick is some wilds. Bro, I learned to do it with less water. And I'm stupid. What? Yeah, man. I mean, I drank maybe a glass of water that day. I don't know. But I didn't know. Yeah, didn't know that was a thing. Marlo Diggs got a S2400. Pre-orders in for what, like the MPC? Yeah, it doesn't look like it has an HDMI port, but you got 24 tracks of audio in and out through USB-C. Yeah, I don't know anything about supporting multiple resolutions. Shit, yeah. So that's yeah. That's it though. Happy Friday, fellas. I'm about to jump off of here because I gotta get going now. Gotta see what's going on with the wife. I'll hang out like 10 more minutes if you guys want to chat. But... Thanks. All right. Well, it's quiet out there, man. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm going to jump off here. I'll see y'all next week, most likely. All right. Y'all bless. Take care.